a topic there, whether it's in nonprofits or it's, in aerospace, or if it's in publishing, or if it's in, bicycle riding. You never know, but it's all there. And, just thanks for being here. We appreciate it.
And I almost forgot to hit the
And now where
recording
do we go?
button. So I just did that. I hope everybody's okay with being recorded, because we do like to archive these and keep them in with the I Love Marketing Colorado meetup group, so you can refer back to them as well. And we have a smaller group tonight, and so we have time to go around and do a very short introduction: who you are, what your business is, what attracted you to this topic tonight, and just maybe why you're interested, but kind of keep it short so we can have our speaker on. Kimberly Diaz, do you want to go first? I'm just going to work my way around the screen.
Sure. Hello, and thank you for having me. I'm Kimberly Diaz, the owner of Care Matters Always, and I made this one-liner, so I'm just going to read this. While 10,000 people are turning 65 every day, many people are finding that deciphering the conflicting information surrounding their senior loved ones is confusing. Let Care Matters Always and its hub of trusted resources take your hand and guide you through the process of where do we go from here. So my whole focus is seniors, and I've been a registered nurse for 23 years.
Perfect. Thank you. And then just put your contact information in the chat once you've given your little introduction, or before, doesn't matter. Anne, do you want to go ahead and go?
Okay. My name is Anne Klein, and I just started something new. And this is actually the first place that I'm really announcing it. So I've taken on the executive director role for the Grant a Dream Foundation here in Colorado. And what the Grant a Dream Foundation is, oh gosh, now I'm all nervous. So what we do is we send the moms and dads of chronically ill and disabled children away on dream getaways so they can rejuvenate, reconnect, and come back so they can take care of their kids who need them all the time. So that's my new gig. I've been on the board for a couple of years since they started. And the timing was right for both of us. So I've taken that on. And so we're in a very crucial year. And so I'm helping to see us grow this year into a well-known name here in the Colorado area. So that's what I do.
Yay, congratulations.
Thanks.
Lori, do you want to go next?
Sure. I'm Lori Scott. I am a publisher with Best Version Media. I have the publication Fossil Ridge Neighbors, which goes out to Southeast Fort Collins. So I primarily service the local businesses in and around this area.
Perfect. And Steve? Steve Mays?
My name is Steve Mazzarella. I've been in marketing for many years. The short answer is jewelry marketing. I'm here tonight only because I got one of those, we all get them occasionally where you're just like, I'm in a rut. I got to start like expanding my world some. So I got on Meetup and started joining all these marketing groups. So we'll see.
Well, good job. Well, we're glad you joined ours. That's awesome.
Thank you. Thank you.
Lynn and Erica, you're up next.
Hello, I'm Erica, and we help people detox their bodies, detox their homes, and detox the planet by selling this really sustainable home appliance. It's a Kangen water ionizer, And yeah, we're just here to spread awareness and to learn more marketing tips with Kim invited us here. We're part of her magazine, and yeah.
Yeah, we also do a podcast,
Yeah.
The Magical Holistic Healing Arts, that we do on podcast and YouTube, where we interview different practitioners from so many modalities and just kind of turn people on to the healing arts and the, health that is involved there. So we're in water and health.
Perfect. Thank you. Glad you're here. Laura, you're up.
Hello, I'm Laura Ross, and I am the publisher of Durango Neighbors Magazine. It's a magazine like Kim's, except for we're in Durango in the affluent neighborhoods. I help small business owners brand their business like big businesses to the affluent neighbors. And I signed up for this meeting tonight because I want to learn some new things on these platforms. It's always changing and it's hard to keep up with. And so I'm hoping to learn something new.
Perfect. We're so glad that Zoom has brought us all together from across the whole state. So awesome. Jen, you're up next.
Hi everyone, I'm Jen. I also came because Kim invited me. So I work with her on the Todd Creek Living magazine. And I'm here tonight, though I do have my own small business called Hot Mess Aesthetics. It's hard to say out loud, but it's long-lasting color cosmetics and anti-aging skincare. It's the company that makes lip scents. So it's the stuff that doesn't come off on your wine glass. So I'm just excited to hear some new ideas. I always love learning. And like I said, Kim invited me. So if she invites me, I'll usually go.
Thank you. Sabrina, you're up next.
Hi, ladies. Congratulations, Anne, on your new role. You got this. You're going to do great. And thank you, Kimberly, for your help. Everyone that's on the call tonight, I had an issue with my dad's care, and I literally reached out to Kimberly, and she got back to me right away and gave me some options. So thanks, Kimberly. I appreciate you for that. I'm Sabrina. I'm a lifestyle promoter. My business was birthed throughout my own pain. My doctor was begging me to quit my job. So I quit my job, rewrote my life, and now I have a healthier lifestyle because I like to travel. So I play and work, but now I'm more balanced versus working, solving C-suite executives' problems. So now I'm able to help others who are a little off-tilted with more work and having that balance to do more of a lifestyle versus just working all the time. So I'm Sabrina. Nice to meet you.
Perfect. Thank you. Sarah, do you have, are you able to unmute?
Yeah, I am. Hi guys, I'm Sarah Michi. I intern for TVL Marketing and Ciclista Marketing. So I am here tonight to support Courtney and learn some new things as well.
Good job. Thank you. And Tara, you're up next.
Hello, I'm Tara with TVL Marketing. And I am here because I both know Kim Berger. She works with a few of my clients. And then I'm also good friends with Courtney, the speaker tonight. So go Courtney.
Got your own cheering club. And Georgina Miller.
Hi everyone, sorry I haven't got my video on. I'm just on the way to pick up my vehicle because it's got a busted headlight. So I'm a marketing consultant. My company is called Crabapple Communications. I was invited to this by Meg Schmidt, and yeah, I'm just always interested to find out what other marketing professionals are doing.
Perfect. Perfect. Well, thank you guys for joining. We're really happy that you're here. And I saved the, oh, I forgot to introduce myself. The great thing about going last is that I don't really have to explain anything. I'm Kim Berger with Best Virgin Media. I have 2 publications here in Northern Colorado and run the market up here in North Denver. And so we're always looking for publishers. If you know anybody that is brave enough to jump in with 2 feet and get to work, we're always open to having that conversation as well. But tonight it is my privilege to introduce to you Courtney, our speaker. And the fun thing about putting this together is like this whole global platform, the fact that we can reach people across the state, across the country, across the world, right? And so, you know, how do we do that, but how do we still kind of stay local, which is what we're all about. And Courtney has been working with small businesses in marketing for over 13 years. During that time, she's turned a new location into a local award-winning building, becoming a lead magnet for new customers through a fresh new message that went along with the new location. She's built a community around a thriving bike shop to increase engagement, awareness of products and services, and build enthusiasm for the sport. She's also created channels that have become magnets where clients are seeking answers or providing timely updates and communicating with customers in a fun, authentic way. She's pushed business owners to step out from behind the curtain and share their magic and personality, building trust and growing their audience. She's guided experts to find the right words and platforms to attract their best customers, introduced innovative partnerships and events that help grow awareness and audience through authentic connection and value. And in 2020, Courtney made her LLC official and launched Cyclista Marketing, specializing in entrepreneurial and small business marketing. And as she promised tonight, she is bringing the global platforms to make a local splash. So Courtney, you're on. And I need to give you share screen capabilities, right? Or do you have them?
Yes, please. Let me check. Host is disabled. So yes, please do that. And thank you so much for the introduction. All of those things basically mean I've been playing on social media for the last 13 years. But those are the impacts that the bigger platforms such as Facebook, YouTube, Instagram have had in creating those types of outcomes for clients. So I'm excited to share some updates like Laura alluded to. There's always updates, and I think Sarah and Tara are here because I always talk about the updates, but I never really give them the lessons. So they're here to get the same scoop that you're getting on what the updates are. I just learned about some of them in a marketing conference about 20 days ago. So some of them are really new features, but are very relevant for the types of businesses I think are represented here. So I want to get that out. Let's see here. Oh, I got it. Are we ready? And let's hope that we can have all of the things play together tonight. Did everybody see that okay? Okay.
Looks good.
You guys are on really small boxes on my computer, so I will try to be attentive to that. So my whole thing is out on the bicycle, I get my best messages. And so the tagline for my business is to move your message forward. And I think some people either have panicked or have burned out on keeping their message fresh and relevant with all of the changes we've had over the last year. So I want to just right now encourage everybody, if you've gone silent on a platform or if you've slowed down your online presence because of whatever, I want you to commit to like a spring cleaning and a fresh new thing for spring of 2021. And I'll give you a couple of reasons for that throughout. But really, right now, more than ever, people are on their devices. That's statistically proven. and they're craving care and community. Care meaning customer care, and community meaning how can I be a part of something even if it is digitally. So with that said, okay, I just grabbed this one because we've had quite a day in Colorado if you're here in the state, but she uses this bright, broad brand all the time, and it sticks out. So stay on your brand. And if you haven't figured out a brand, find something that you can use so that as people are scrolling through a platform like Instagram, you're very recognizable. It matches with maybe what your colors at your office are, or your brand on your podcast look like. If it's a meme, it's a font that matches your business. But it's not just about pictures on that feed. It's about creating kind of a whole environment that matches your brand and your brand voice. And this one was after she did a recognition post. She also did this to kind of validate the feelings we have. I'm going to get right into what I want to share in the most relevant updates, recent updates and relevant updates in the platform Instagram for small businesses. Number one, geotag everything, and that's the location of your business. If you're in Brighton, every time you post, that should be relevant to something in Brighton. Maybe you're visiting a festival at the fairgrounds. Maybe you're visiting another business, but you're tagging that location, or you're having customers tag your location in every post that you have the opportunity to tag. And if you have a question about that, I'm happy to answer a question about tagging your location. One of the ways that I found out some of the information about Boulder, I happened to be in Boulder at the time of the incident yesterday, is through geotagging. Faster than I could find it on the internet. I found it on Instagram by just putting in the location of Boulder. So geotag your small business, geotag your publishing company, geotag a project or a post that you've done so that you're findable. The next one I want to talk about is user-generated content. This isn't going to apply to everyone, but if someone tags you, or someone is at your business and takes a picture and posts it, and you have knowledge of that, make sure that you're grabbing those opportunities, or even maybe kind of creating them in an ethical way to have your best customers share your products or services in their voice, and then sharing that with your audience. It's social proof that you are the person you say you are, and it's giving kind of like that, oh, she liked it, so I can like it. And then finally, the latest Instagram updates, we've had stories for a while, we've had reels for a shorter while, and guides came out last month. So we are real new. And while I kind of have this shadow thing, this is your home bio in Instagram. And this should be full of keywords that you want people to find you with in, let's say, Fort Collins. So that Fossil Ridge might be a neighborhood or area that you want people, if they're searching for Fossil Ridge, to find you as. So make sure you're using your bio. It's 140 characters with those keywords. But here is where we're going to create these types of alternative, or any posts really now. This is your regular feed. This is the story that's up in your circle up here. I'm going to have you hold on to this idea in your mind. Your highlight, you can create without having it be published on your stories, but I'm going to show you how to publish a story and then put it into your highlight. Any videos over 1 minute long are going to go into IGTV, which I'm not going to get into tonight because that's a whole process of producing content in a certain format. Reels are new. They are the Instagram answer to TikTok, but they are getting priority over everything else on content. Anybody who's putting up an authentically made reel in Instagram is having priority. And finally, this is what I'm going to focus on tonight, because this might be the information that not everyone has, and that's guides. And if you're in a local business or a publishing company, I felt like guides was the most relevant thing I could tell you tonight in terms of how to really use this bigger platform for your audience. We'll start with stories. I created these. just so that you could see, these are pieces of content that I created in an app called Canva. And I created these with the sole purpose of creating a highlight for how to do Instagram stories on my marketing page. So this will be my cover, and this is what will show in that little circle. I kept it branded with my website at the bottom, or a logo. And these have 24-hour quick shares or updates. So these are like popular stories that are streaming across the top of the app as people are scrolling through. It's the first thing that they see. You also have the ability to save them in highlights, and I'll show you where those saves are on your bio. I want to point out that little heart when these are playing in your stories, that's where you can add those to highlights. This is the most important thing for local. Tagging this town or this location or your business location, or tagging your business name and your location, is the biggest way to attract new people to your story and local people that you want to your story. I posted something about the snow with Denver, Colorado, and I had an increase of about 58 people looking at my story compared to when I just put up something silly. So I created those on my phone, put them up just like this, selected to put that. And then at the top of your feed, there are these little, I know it's hard to see, there are a letter, a little like smiley face. The smiley faces is stickers, and that's where that location or mention or hashtag sticker is going to be. Also, music is a really popular sticker for boosting your content to your audience. Those are really the best things, but the number one thing I can tell you about doing an Instagram story is to make sure you have your location tagged in that. Any questions so far on stories? While they're playing, your circle will have this highlight around it, or this Instagram, I guess, shadow around it. Once you click that, and when the stories are opened up to that full size and click the heart, you can save your stories to a highlight by theme or by product. So let's say I wanted to talk all about coffee in one of my highlights. I would save all my highlights to the coffee highlight and then give it, this is a made up icon, but you can give it a, just a nice little profile button. And those stay at the top of your feed whenever somebody comes to your Instagram bio. If you are doing a reel, this is where your reels will be housed on your bio, IGTVs. And then the new one is a guide. Now, this is really hard. This is my challenge always, to show content that happens on your phone, because Instagram really wants you to create content on your phone, not your laptop or computer. So I hope that my voice comes through with the video playing in the background. I made this as a screen grab. And are you all able to see this okay, how it is in the corner? Oops, I'm trying to get your faces out of the way so I can, oops, there we go. There, so it's just gonna go through it with no sound, but I'll try to talk you through it. So this is just a screen recording off of how I created the new guide, where it's located and what it can do. Oops. Maybe not, just a second, sorry. There we go. Okay, so in
you
your
have to share sound. You have to.
There's no sound to the video, so it'll be me talking over the video. Is that okay?
Oh, okay.
Sorry, it's a screen recording off of my phone. So in your bio, it should look like this, and you're going to go up to this little plus button up here on your phone. Your options will pop up, and your guide is at the bottom of that pop-up. From this to your guide, you're going to click that guide, and it's going to give you the option to create 3 types. Oh, shoot. Sorry, this is touchy. 3 types of the content in the Instagram guide. Places, products, or posts. Today, the one I'm going to use is the posts that I have saved. I've intentionally created some posts that I've curated or saved in my saves or in my content that I want to share. I want to share a guide to my favorite bike shops. so that people who are coming to me and maybe they're in the cycling world, they can look on my profile and they can find my favorite bike shops in case they need one in Denver. Try to touch this just right. There we go. So I have these 5 saved. I'm going to choose these 5 to create the guide. And I'm going to add a title to that. So my title is going to be My Favorite Bike Shops, but you can change the cover photo. So if you kind of plan ahead with that intention of changing your cover photo to something specific, or you add a specific post with the cover photo you want, that's a good idea. I picked this one because it has a bike with the mountains. And we'll continue on. At the very bottom of the video, you might be able to see the add posts, and that's where I'm going to add the content that I want to have in my guide. And even though it was just a screen recording, whenever, you know, my phone's watching me type, of course I have my favorite typos too. So this is my favorite bike shops. It's a guide that is relevant to my personal life and my business life, because ciclista means female cyclist. So why not kind of add to my brand by having my favorite bike shops on my profile? This is secretly a little bit of marketing. If these people ever need help, I have created a guide and they get notified that they're in my guide too. So Turin's one of my favorite bike shops downtown. They have the nicest people. And I just want to feature them in downtown Denver. So you see that you have location here, and you also have keywords and information. When you're doing a product, it'll pull up the store, like an Instagram store. And let's say that I wanted to pick out, you know, a certain shirt at a boutique, or like wanted to make an outfit guide in Brighton. I could pick out those products of businesses in Brighton. So I have my posts are very location based in my guide. I have a bike shop in Denver, a bike shop in Longmont. I'm going to go out to Broomfield. I'm featuring items that I have actually purchased from those bike shops. I bought my, yeah, there's my wonderful typing because you were watching. I bought that exact water bottle at Golden Bear Bikes. And I hope to buy this bag from the bike shop in Golden. Oops, I don't know how Lawrence, Kansas got in here, except that's my favorite bike shop in Kansas. So this is the key right here, the sharing of the guides. I actually created a new screen for, but this is how this will turn out. And here are your opportunities to share that data or that content with your audience. You can copy a link and put it into an email newsletter. Oh, hey, check out our Instagram. A, you're inviting your customers. B, you're bringing them to your space to show them something new and exciting about your space. If you're a realtor, my new listings for the month of April. If your product has some updates, new updates to the water filter this month, check this out. And maybe even the specials if you wanted to do it under the product line. Locality wise, for the publishers, you could really put yourself as an authority in the space where you are by creating guides of like your best of from your magazine or your advertisers. Those are my recommendations for the types of businesses I've heard you talk about so far. And here's how I would share it. I would copy my link, I would share it on my profile, and I would really create this with the idea that you're being of service and resource to your customers. I went through the guides thing pretty fast, but they are simple to make once you find that plus and the guides, and then you have your posts, your location, or your products. They're pretty simple to put together. Oh, one key, you do have to have your Instagram in the most recent update. That was how I was like, I can't do it. And at the conference, we all had to do our own. And they're like, everybody update your phones, stop crying. So just so you know, always update the app for new features. I'm going to move on to Nextdoor unless I have any questions about Instagram. And I'm looking through the faces. I don't have my chat. If you want to unmute, I guess, if you have a question. There are new features on Nextdoor as well that I really want to bring to your attention. And this is once again an app update that maybe you personally need to do, or on your device where you create content, you need to do. The local deals, Nextdoor's understanding how important the idea of shopping local is becoming in a lot of people's space. So they added the local deals to their business's offering. And the update, I would say for that, recommendations to your business. If you can encourage anyone who's walking through your front door or former customers, friends and neighbors, recruit, a pod of people in your neighborhood that you want to reach to maybe add a recommendation for your business on Nextdoor. That's 100% what I see the most interaction of in my Nextdoor space is if somebody has recommended, or on the flip side, if they've warned you about that shoe place that costs way too much money. But if you're doing good business, you'll get good recommendations. Make sure that this is kind of backwards, claim your business. That's important too. And then finally, your businesses are going to show up with their specials, kind of like these little boxes, and they do show up in the feed. So that's important. It is a popularity contest. They gave awards for 2020 for tagging, for recommendations. They gave surveys. So if you can get yourself into that business space and get yourself a little buzz generated, they are rewarding you for creating that business profile, then getting the recommendations and getting the interaction with your Nextdoor space. And most of that can be free. And I love free. Finally, I want to get to Google Get My Business really quickly. But yes, sorry.
So I've never gone into the Nextdoor for Todd Creek and actually added Todd Creek Living. How do you go in and actually create a business profile?
You will go into, you have to be a member of the neighborhood, and you will claim your business here, and you will mark your business as a location in that area. And then you will set up the details with your phone number, your website, that type of information into the business listing. Make sure you use keywords, Todd Creek Magazine, business services, Todd Creek, those types of keywords are big in Nextdoor.
Awesome.
And if you're a restaurant, they added this takeout. I'm sorry, I didn't hear anybody say restaurant, so I didn't get into that, but takeout, they have really tried to get into that game and compete with some of the Uber Eats and those types of listings. Finally, Google My Business. My biggest thing for Google My Business, if you haven't started it, start it, obviously. Manage it, own it, at least once a month, change something. Put up a new fresh picture of your front. Put up a new picture of your magazine for the month of April. Think about what your customers search for on their phones when they're in their car, or they ask their teenagers, hey, look up a place to get pizza. Where is the best place to get pancakes in Brighton? How are they asking those questions to Google so that your answer fits the answer to their Alexa, where can I get women's hair highlights in Thornton? Because I need them. You'll see I did just a quick poll of lunch today. This is really fresh, really relevant, 11:30. What showed up? Well, you're going to show up more if you have been active, if you have reviews, if you have fresh content, and you match my keyword search. So think like your customers driving in their car. Think like your customers doing a Google search, and create your Google My Business, your maps location to match those searches. Sashi Sushi is not a big restaurant. They're a privately owned restaurant, and they're showing up above some of the other places in this area because they are posting pretty pictures of their sushi. They're getting great reviews. I'm going to go to the next slide and you'll see.
I got a question real quick.
Yeah.
To get your place on My Business on Google, do you have to have a physical address in that area?
That's the tricky part. You do have to have something physical because Google will verify you.
Yeah.
So I did an address update for one of my clients, and I had to wait for him to get a code in the mail before our update could be official. So that is one drawback. If you are like a home-based business and you don't want your home address, I have like a street address post box. There's like 1,000 businesses at my street address progress, but that is one drawback. This is more for local like address type businesses.
Hi, it's Georgina here. Just wanted to chime in because I'm in a similar situation, but I managed to get around it because although I had to give Google my physical address, it's my home address, and they had to send me a postcard, but my address doesn't show up on Google My Business.
Thank you for adding that. That is true. I forgot you could do that so you could just be in your neighborhood. Correct?
Yeah, so it just says like, I just put a geographical area that I serve in terms of Golden and Denver and things. So there is a way around that if you're a home-based business and you work from home.
Thank you for that. I haven't even researched that for myself. But the theme of what I wanted to share with you tonight, and kind of wrapping up and moving forward to answer any more questions that you may have, is that each one of these is address driven if you drive it that way. So you want to drive your Facebook. I didn't even talk about Facebook. We're all pretty good at that, but are you driving your Facebook traffic locally, or are you just throwing it out to make a big splash in the huge pond? Are you having user generated content from local people show up on your feed? In Instagram is really location driven. They want people of a certain neighborhood to have a community on Instagram that they rally around and share content through and are promoting those local businesses. And then moving through Nextdoor, same policy. They are understanding that shop local vibe that's out there right now to support local businesses. And make sure to update your COVID status and convey your status and protocols for safety if you have a physical location. That is algorithm gold. They're so excited to tell people you're open. What are you doing to sanitize? What are your protocols that you're doing to keep people safe? How are you building trust with your customers? So those are huge pieces of information that you want to make sure you include if you have people coming to you. And this is a business that's less than a mile from my house and didn't show up until I told them to get on Google. I was smelling their coffee roasting every day. And finally, I'm like, could you please, where are you? I'm like Scooby-Doo, sniffing around for my coffee. And I went inside and I'm like, who's your marketing person? Could I get their name, please? And every location should, if you're in multiple neighborhoods, you should have that location. So every location, share your location. And finally,
They are a
we're all in this
gem.
together in that. Yes. Every marketing platform, space, conference, discussion, mastermind that I've been in, the feeling of creating a place where we're all in this together and sharing a little bit of your real authentic struggle, as well as feelings, as well as honoring those of your customers, is the new marketing for 2021. People are coming out of quarantine. They're nervous about social interactions. Support them. They're nervous about getting germs at your business. Build trust with them. They don't know where to find good pancakes on a Saturday morning. Make sure your location tells them how to get it. Answer those Alexa questions. If I said anything about content writing, I would tell you to write every piece of location or copy keywords answering Alexa. And that is everything for tonight, except that little text box grew when I grew my screen. So you can find me. I spend most of my time playing on my Instagram, but I'm not active on marketing platforms for myself very often. You're welcome to email me with questions. And I have a website that's cut off. I'm sorry, that's hard to see. I did put that in the chat. That's it. That's all I have. I'm happy to answer questions.
Courtney, thank you so much. That was so informative, and it's kind of overwhelming for some people that aren't on the digital side of things. I'm curious on the geotagging, if I'm outside the area, does it matter? Because I've got two different locations that are, 45 minutes apart.
You want to search that location in your search bar instead of just adding it automatically. So if I'm in Thornton, but I posted about Boulder, I geotagged Boulder through search instead of Thornton.
Okay.
Or, set up a tag to your own business where you tag people back to your business every time you tag a location that's relevant to your business.
So Courtney, I wanted to tell you while you were talking, I went through my Instagram and I created a guide because I traveled in 2020. So I take lots of pictures of food. So I'm creating Sabrina's food guide for wherever.
On. See, that's how
So
easy it is.
It's really working. If you guys want to take a look, I only have like 2 of the pictures that were already there because the pictures have to be uploaded to your Instagram already. So now I'm like, oh, this is how I use those food pics. So thank you for that.
I think they recognize some of the need for us to organize our massive content dumps that some of us have. I could put up bike pictures for days.
That's so cool. Does anybody else have any questions? We have Courtney in the room.
And Laura, I'm waiting for you to make a guide because I want to come to Durango and ride bikes this summer. So I need like good restaurants and coffee shops to be a guide in your profile. Hit me
Why don't
up.
you come here and help me make a guide? We could take lots of fun photos riding.
I see perspective business here. We could do that.
Okay.
Yeah. I just got a new hardtail mountain bike, so I need to come to Durango and.
Well, nice. I just got a bunch of new parts for my mountain bike, so let's do it.
Sounds great.
So I have a question,
Yes.
Courtney. So I'm now working. So what if you have something that covers a large area, like a region?
Mm-hmm.
How do you do that with within like Google My Business or
right?
based on what you said.
There are some like Greater Denver, Greater Colorado tags that you can use. If you do have a business that is based in one area but covers like the state of Colorado, you're still going to put it in your location, but you're going to add state of Colorado. You're going to add keywords to help you out on that. Some of your content could be tagged in other places. Like when you put up a picture, it gives you the opportunity to tag it. So if you took a picture in Vail, you could tag it in Vail. Hashtags in Instagram, LinkedIn, Facebook are the way that we connect through similar interests or locations. So the hashtag visit Vail Valley or something like that, I'm making it up, but the hashtags are going to be a better way for you to interact and find those niche customers. Maybe, instead of, Nextdoor, you're not that local, but in Instagram, maybe there's a Summit County hashtag or a Summit County location you can tag into your Instagram.
Thank you.
Hope that answers. Like the next big event, fundraiser golf tournament in the Broadlands in Broomfield, you're blowing up the Broadlands in Bloomfield. I know what neighborhood that is. I'm not very far away from that. There's all kinds of good places to check in to get coffee in close to Broadlands. There's the Safeway in Broadlands. We're going to get supplies for the snack part at the Safeway in Broomfield. It pops you up in Broomfield.
So you said that you work off of Instagram quite a bit. I have an account, but I am not hardly ever on it. And I just went in and was like cleaning up my bio and everything and trying to get rid of stuff from way back when. Do you find that that's a more beneficial platform?
In my demographics and in like even one of my clients is a stodgy attorney. And I was really skeptical, but I'm like, I'm going to throw you on Instagram. We have more business to business followers by using hashtags and relevant like educational content in Instagram than we have people interacting with his Facebook page on a daily basis. And he has 4 times as many followers.
Wow.
And make sure that you're sharing between your platforms. So like, you know, Facebook is maybe kind of politically, we're all burned out on Facebook. Make sure you tell your Facebook audience, hey, I have something light and fresh for you on Instagram. There'll be a good percentage of people that just want more light and fresh, authentic content, you know, or share the link to your guide that you just made on Instagram, on your Facebook page. Please don't
somebody just shared.
Please don't just share to all your platforms from one post though.
Why the face? Explain that.
It hurts my brain. You don't use the same words and you don't use the same hashtags for your different platforms. The post formats don't match most of the time either.
I did not see the link that was generated from the guide.
Oh, shoot. Can you go into share it or hit me up with an email and I'm glad to walk you through it.
Oh, okay. Thank you.
Go back into your guide and there might be like 3 dots at the top. That's my best guess right at the moment.
I love these.
It's been a pleasure sharing this with you. I get pretty excited.
I love these instant adopters, man. Go Sabrina. That's awesome.
I enjoy it. I like Instagram and LinkedIn. I do not like Facebook because I have an IT background, and the way they implemented Facebook violated so many rules that I just hate the platform, literally.
And I encourage you to pick your top 2 or 3 and go with those. But the experiment of trying the guide in your Instagram to see if, you know, you bring over 30% of your Facebook audience to a new platform might be worth your risk right now.
I like that. I want to bring everybody from Facebook over to IG.
And with what I understand about your business, Sabrina, that's a perfect, you know, the lifestyle and the travel and stuff, that's a perfect place for it.
Okay, thank you.
Awesome. Does anybody else have any other questions?
I'm so glad you guys asked questions. Like, I love to answer. I'm glad I knew most of the answers.
That's what I love about our group too. I mean, Zoom has allowed us to kind of interact more and more, but even our particular group, we always have a lot of interest and questions that come out of it. So we totally appreciate you being here with us today, Courtney, and bringing your expertise to our group. And it will be recorded, it will be posted in the back. One of the things that we love to do, and this again, Anne has been like the birth child of a lot of this, is really giving back. And Courtney has offered a super exciting door prize. Do you want to talk a little bit about that, Courtney?
One of the things I do for my clients as an introductory offer is just looking at your calendar and getting your poop together so that you have a plan and you're not just throwing spaghetti at the wall. And so I offered to the group that our Zoom call planning session where I find out your strengths and maybe we get rid of some of your not worth your time. I don't want to say weaknesses, but maybe not worth your time and efforts, and really, you know, make that quality and make that effort to have a planned campaign or planned month of content that makes sense to your customers and really draws in those people that have an interest in your business. So that's what I'm offering, is one of those sessions where you get to be back on Zoom with me.
And Lori,
then we'll get you a content calendar that fits your needs.
Lori was in charge of putting everybody's name into a basket. It's a good thing I didn't say hat.
Yeah, no, I guess I could have grabbed a hat, but I had a basket in my office, and it was kind of springish, so we went with the basket. So everybody's names are in here. And so I am just moving them around. And Sabrina, you are the winner.
Well,
Oh,
that's just perfect. We'll talk about that guides share and we'll get your calendar for putting all your people on Instagram.
oh, that's exciting.
Congrats.
Woohoo,
Thank you,
congratulations.
Ann.
Yay.
And I
Very
have one
cool.
final. He was so good. He gets his moment on camera. If you come on, Stan. I can't believe he didn't bark. This is Stanley. I've been dog sitting. Say hi, Stan, the man.
Stan the man.
It's a
He's like a little
miracle.
camera shy.
He got his moment. He's not. That's the thing. He's not shy at all. And he's driven me crazy for all my Zoom calls, but he's about to go home and I just wanted to give him a moment.
Aw. Well, thank you again. And thank you guys for all participating. We will post the next I Love Marketing Colorado. And I'm just looking, you can mark your calendars right now. It is going to be April 20th, Tuesday at 11:30. It will be a lunch and learn. And it will be with Alice Kreider. She is I don't even have her bio yet. Maybe I should just leave the tease, but she is an awesome editor, writer, and teacher of how to write your how to write your book and make your book your calling card. That's the best I can do off the top of my head.
Cool.
So anybody else have anything to add? If not, I think
Don't
we
forget
did
to
happy
save
hour.
the chat, everybody.
What was that?
Don't forget to save the chat, everybody.
Oh, yes. You've got that for me, right, Anne?
Yes.
I actually saved it too if you need it, Ken. Sabrina, I will send you an email, but I have to take Stan to his parents right now, so it'll be a minute.
I actually have to jump off because I have another call that starts at 6 and I'm 1 minute late. Bye, everyone.
We did
Thank
happy
you.
hour in an
Bye.
hour.
Good to see you, Sabrina.
Bye.
Thank you. Bye.
Bye. Thank you, Courtney.
Bye, Lynn.
Steve Maz, what do you do?
The short answer is jewelry marketing.
For what kind of jewelry? And what type of?
We get into that next time.
Because I have a sister who is she makes her own jewelry back east.
Okay. I've been doing a lot of, I've been in marketing for a long, long time. So we'll another time.
Do you work with crafters? Like crafts, not a crafter. She's a
No.
She does nice jewelry.
Yeah, no, I'm afraid I don't like that. No.
You don't like nice jewelry?
No, I'm afraid I don't work with that.
Oh, neither does she.
No.
Okay, thanks.
But very good. Thank you.
Okay.
Hey, girls.
Let's see, how do we get out?
Hold on.
Oh, well, that was nice.
Let me turn
That
off
was
the
good.
recording. Hold on.